Welcome to Knightline for Tuesday, June 8th, 2021. I'm Injur Singh with your school news and announcements for Jose Marti MAST 6-12 Academy. Welcome to the last days of the 2020-2021 school year. The bell schedule for the next couple of days will be a bit different. First block will run through 8:20, second block will run from 8:28 through 9:28. The third class of the day between 9:36 and 10:36 will be period 7 or 8. The lunch block with periods 5 or 6 will run from 10:44 through dismissal at 12:30. Remember, students cannot bring bags to school this week. Uniforms are not required this week, but remember that you must comply with the dress code. It's time to return your mobile device. Return your mobile device to the main office with the charger. You can continue to use your device through the last day of school if you need it, but you're encouraged to return them sooner. Please remember to bring a self-addressed stamped envelope to hand in to your first period teacher so that your report card for the fourth 9 weeks can be mailed home during the summer. 9th, 10th, and 11th grade students will have their drive-by event on this afternoon starting at 1:30 p.m. Please come by if you received an award, bought a yearbook, or have a school device to return. 8th grade drive-by celebration will be on Wednesday, June 9th starting at 1:30 p.m. We want to celebrate your success. Please remember to decorate your vehicles. 8th grade students who received an award or bought a yearbook will receive them during the drive-by. There's also a special surprise for the students who responded yes to the 8th grade class survey. Please contact Dr. Lopez with any questions about the 8th grade drive-by celebration. Just a few more days and a few more copies left of our 2021 yearbook. MSO students can pick up their book at the scheduled drive-through dates. 9th and 10th grades will pick up their books on Tuesday, June 8th starting at 1:30 p.m. 8th grade students will pick up their books on Wednesday, June 9th starting at 1:30 p.m. Please contact Ms. Morales if you have any questions. And before we go, anime series Attack on Titan is in the middle of releasing its 4th and final season. In this piece, Christian tells us about the show that debuted its first season all the way back in 2013.
Cartoons have always been a major part of our entertainment. Whether it was a family-friendly TV series or an emotional rollercoaster of a film, animation always seems to capture the hearts of its audience. These projects, when executed correctly, result in a spectrum of imagination and storytelling that could only be achieved through animation. Regardless of where it's produced, animation normally has similar procedures during its production. However, in the context of anime, this situation is very complicated. Discounting original series, comics, otherwise called manga, are adapted into TV series or movies through a rigorous and chaotic schedule. Animators are overworked and underpaid in order to produce these projects, and in the context of Attack on Titan, it's no different. If anything, it's worse. Before I continue, I would like to state that everything mentioned from this point on is in regards to animation produced in Japan and may not be applied universally. Attack on Titan in specific has been a very complicated show in terms of its production. In fact, there was a huge 4-year gap between its first 2 seasons, taking away most of the initial attention it had surrounding it. Which studio was in charge of the first 3 seasons of Attack on Titan? And needless to say, they've done a phenomenal job. From the music, to the voice acting, to the animation itself, everything was ideal in terms of what the fans wanted. But in the end, animation is a business, not an elementary school art project. In order to understand what happened to the series and why there was a change in studio, we should at least have a basic understanding of the pressure and conditions forced onto these animators. Whether it's 2D or 3D animation, producing these projects takes a lot of time, more than you would expect. For anime specifically, the production of an average single course show, which is around 13 episodes, can take up to a year with roughly 2 months required for every episode. Although a year sounds like an average amount of time to produce a show, in the case of Attack on Titan, this can be and is a major drawback. Just keep that in mind. I'll get back to it momentarily. For original works or shows that are adapting light novels, which are books, not comics, the studios in charge would have to go through a much more time-consuming process. Since manga already sets a foundation for the animators, studios will only have to adapt the already existing series while adding their own spice to it to try and enhance the source material. However, for light novels and original works, there is less of a foundation to build upon, causing a massive spike in difficulty. Attack on Titan, however, is not an original series or a light novel, so why is it so difficult to keep up with the production? The answer is simple. Attack on Titan is not an average series. In terms of its production, length, and global popularity, AOT is in its own league with expectations being sky high on its new seasons. As of the end of the first quarter of the final season, Attack on Titan has a total of 75 episodes. Not only that, but fans are expecting the animation to be on par with that of the previous seasons. Wit Studio, as previously mentioned, was in charge of the first 3 seasons but dropped the project prematurely. Many believe this is because Wit Studio is very small compared to other big-name studios, and they themselves had confirmed that they were finding it difficult keeping up with the production. And with no one left to adapt the final saga of the manga, fans were at a loss. Until Studio Mappa decided to take the stage. Mappa's a studio that popped up rather recently from the remnants of Studio Madhouse. As of now, they have produced many high-quality shows such as Terror in Renaissance and Dororo. So what's all the fuss about? Why are people so angry even though a studio of such a high caliber is picking up the project? Well, the issue is very obvious. They have produced and are producing too many shows. As previously mentioned, a 13-episode show may take up to a year to produce, and Mappa is taking things way too far. In 2020 alone, Mappa produced 8 shows along with a few specials. Each were treated with care, having a very high production value. Just to name a few: Jujutsu Kaisen, The God of High School, Dorohedoro, Listeners, and of course, Attack on Titan the final season. Not only that, but during 2019, they had also produced 5 shows. Think that's all of it? Guess what? They aren't slowing down anytime soon. Mappa has already announced a sequel for the final season of AOT, a movie for Jujutsu Kaisen, and an adaptation for the famous Chainsaw Man. Their employees are being overwhelmed. As a result, the production value of their shows will be affected. In the next segment, we'll go into more detail regarding the quality of Attack on Titan's final season and why some of the fans weren't satisfied.
Thank you, Christian. That's it for us today. We'll see you next time.